Hey everybody, welcome in the sewing room, or attic. That's where I'm at. Till I get a proper room. Maybe one day, way down the road, I'll get a proper room, or maybe I'll stay in the attic. Who knows? But for right now, this is our creative space, and we're so happy to have it. I got another shirt to do. I do. Got another idea. Y'all, I just keep coming up with ideas. I found some more this morning when I was looking. Y'all, I just keep coming up with ideas. Y'all gonna have to start buying some of these shirts out of the Etsy store so I can have the money to buy stuff to put back in more shirts for you all. And more fabrics. So y'all jump over to that Etsy store and buy some of our samples that we've done. Something fell over there. Buy some of the samples that we've created so that we can keep going. I've got a red shirt. Turn y'all down just a little bit so you can see. Look at all my pretty fabrics. Aren't these pretty together? Look here. Aren't they all pretty? There's one right here you can't see. Now maybe y'all can see all of them. Now, aren't they pretty together? I think so. We got a red shirt. Of course, when we're all done, the red shirt's probably not going to be seen, because we're going to cover this shirt in these fabrics. Yeah, that's what I said. And no, we're not going to build our quilt first like we have in the past. This is just going to be a cut as we go and quilt as we go kind of shirt, y'all. It's going to be fun. This one will take a while, so y'all grab you a cup of coffee, a glass of tea, a Pepsi, Coke, whatever your drink is. Maybe get you a snack, a pack of crackers, or whatever, and sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I guess this is a show, isn't it? Is this a show? I guess. Some people call them shows. I guess technically videos, motion pictures, are shows, right? Alright, sit back and enjoy the show. So for right now, I'm going to lay my fabrics right over here. Okay? Right there. There they are. There's a little black disc off of something. Alright, I'm going to scooch y'all back. Scooch. Now y'all back as far as you can go. Can't go any further. Alright. First off, let's turn it wrong side out. And somebody asked what kind of shirts I use. You know I like comfort colors. I really like my comfort color shirts. But they get expensive. And sometimes you can get them, I can get other shirts cheaper. This one is a Jersey's. It says new blend. I bet it's 50-50. Because somebody asked me about that too. This is 50 cotton and 50 polyester. This is a 50-50. They work just fine. No worries. Okay. Now then, we need to mark our sleeves where they go. We need to mark around our neck, because we're going to cut that off, you know, like we did on another one. We need to mark around our bottom, because you know we did that on another one. Let's get us a pen or a water soluble marker. That's what I'm looking for here. Here it is. Okay. Now then, this is the back. I'm going to put a B right here. And this marker does very well on this shirt. Turn the light on. Andy's up here with us. Okay. There we go. We got that back marked. And we're going to come over here and we're going to mark. Well, let's just flip it over and do the front. Actually, let's mark all the back pieces right here. This is the back. And this is the back. Now I'm going to put 2 marks right here on the back. This right here is the shoulder seam. And this is the shoulder seam right here. We're going to flip this right here and we're going to do this right here. And we're going to make this an F for the front. And we'll line those up. Let's come in here and put us a mark right here and a mark right here, just so we know we're right on track. Okay? Now then, we know our shoulder seams are going to line up. We know these are going to line up. Let's mark our cuff right here. Our seam and our seam, we know those go together. Okay? So let's go up here to the top and let's put some mark right here. See? Just like that. That's what we're doing. We're just marking. Okay? Let's mark our side seams right here. And y'all can mark these with circles, or these right here, I'm just like making a little T, so I know those go together. And over here, we'll make some other kind of a design. I'll start with a line so our lines will match. And this right here is just going to be like a K, okay? See, just like that, and we'll know that that matches. Okay? And these lines do not have to be exactly on the side, because as long as you line them up, they're going to match. And this right here we're going to mark, and we're going to make this an F for the front. All right. Now then, did we get both sleeves marked? Nope, we need to mark this sleeve so that we know. And this one, I'm going to mark right here so we get our sleeves put back in on the same side. Okay? Now then, and you all do not want to use an air erasable marker for this, because the longer it sits in the air, it's going to disappear, and then your marks are going to be gone and you're not going to know what you're doing. So you need to make sure that it's water soluble, the water erasable pen. See what that says right there? I hope y'all can see it. Water erasable pen. Okay, that's what we're doing right here. All right, now then, let's make us a mark right here on this side, so we know that's where our bottom of our sleeve goes. And up here at the top, so we know where the top of our sleeve goes. And we're going to put an F right here, so we know this is the front. Okay, and this right here is the back, so we're going to put a B on this and a line. Whoa, that wind is getting up out there, y'all. I hear it up here. It's getting windy. But you know what? It's almost February. Almost February. And February is a short month. And then we get March. In March, things start to kind of, you get to start seeing spring a little bit. And you know what? I just can't wait for longer sun days. And people that live in Alaska have a high rate of suicide, and I can see why. You're in the dark for like 6 weeks. I honestly could not stand that. We're in Tennessee, and it's bad here for me. I need more daylight. I do. I really do need to live on the equator where it's 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of sunshine every day, all year long, and the temperatures stay consistent. You know, I really think I could enjoy that. But you know what? The good Lord did not see fit to put me on the equator. So we're just going to go with where He put me and hope that, you know, things spring up a little bit, right? Because you can't argue with the good Lord or Mother Nature, which I think they're one and the same. You know, I really do think they're one and the same. Let's mark our front right here. Did I mark the front on this side? I did. And y'all, this is important for you to do when you start taking something like this apart, so that you get it back together right, or at least it is for me. Maybe you can do it without doing all these marks, but in my little head I'd get everything confused, and then my shirt would come out all wonky, and I'd be all, you know, all crazy. Here comes Cocoa Puff. This is not to sew, Mama. What do you want to sew? Huh? What do you want to sew, baby? What do you want to sew? You want to sew something fun? Mama's making a shirt. All right, and y'all know the drill. Take my little scissors, and I'm going to rip this off. The easiest way to do this is to come right in here and start cutting. Right here. Just like this. All right, I'm going to rip these off, and I'll be back. Because y'all don't like to watch me rip, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. That gets boring. Okay, now here are all of our pieces. This is our front. Tried to get all the strings off, but I didn't. I left some, you know. Why not? Here is our back piece. Front, the back, and 2 sleeves. And like I said, more strings. If you just cut this off, you don't have all these strings, but I prefer to rip it. If you want to cut it and just lose that little bit of seam allowance, go ahead. It'll be fine. I just prefer not to. Just personal preference. No big deal. Here's our 2 sleeves. And our front and our back. Here's our bottom band, our neck band, and our 2 sleeve bands. That's all the pieces to our shirt. Okay, these we don't need till the very end. I'm going to lay those right up there, out of our way. Alright, y'all, this is that, get me some lotion. This is that thread that just really sticks to you. It's got lots of static electricity in it, and it really sticks. So, now you're saying, what are we going to do? We've got our shirt all taken apart, and it's just a mess. It's a heap of fabric now, right? Yeah, it is. We're going to start. I'm going to lay our pieces over here. We'll just start with this one. I think it might be the back. Yep. Right like this. More strings. Mercy, that's a big old ball of them right there. They're probably all over me too. Okay. Now then, we are going to find us a straight edge, which is this right here, on the bottom. And we're going to mark this. Let me take this off because I don't need it for what I'm doing right now. Okay, and we're going to cut this into sections. Okay, and we're working on the back side right now. The back side, because we want to be able to mark where our sections go together. Okay, and like I said, this is the back. So let's make sure this is all pulled out here straight, just like this. And let's mark up through here a few inches. I don't know how many. Let's do about 12 inches, okay? There we go, 12 inches. And let's find our center point right here, or close to our center. It doesn't have to be in the center, y'all. Here I'm coming over here, and we're going to make this straight right there with that side seam. And this shirt, I had to cut the side seams because it was all one piece all the way around. Okay. Now then, we're going to come up here our 12 inches again, and we're going to make this intersect right here. Just like that. And we're going to mark this piece B1. Make them A's, B. Make them whatever you want to make them. And we're going to intersect it right here with a T coming down each direction. Or we just want to make them so they match, okay? Bring it on down here so maybe you can see. You can see as I do this right here on this side. Draw a line right there, and a line right there. And let's make these X's right here. There again, this is the water soluble. But honestly, y'all, this is on the back. You don't even have to do that. It can be any marker as long as it won't fade through. Okay, here's one piece. Now then, we're going to come over here and we're going to do this piece. We'll come right up through there just a little bit further, right like that. And this piece, we're going to make it a little bit longer, just because we want this to be kind of like all mixed up, okay, with our fabrics. Okay, and this is B, because this is the back, okay, B2. And we got to make these intersect right here. And right up here. And we're going to put these just like this. Okay, so we know what we're doing. Okay, now then, we'll come on up through here to the center or close by. And let's see, we'll make this one B3. And so we got those marks right there. We're going to come up here and we're going to put us the 2 marks right here. Okay. Now this one, let's cut it right down through here. Y'all, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just making this up as I go along. Just making my pieces up as I go along. It's 4 and this will be 5. Okay, we got that mark there. Let's mark this one right here. We'll put 3 marks right there, and we'll know that goes together right there. Okay, now you say, what are we going to do? We're going to mark all of our pieces just like this. That's the back. Let's get our front piece. And I'm going to show y'all this because some of you may want to see it. Some may not. I don't know. But I'm going to show y'all this. If you get bored with this, just zippity-doo through on through there to something where I'm past this, okay? And this one we're going to do like this. We're going to cut it a little bit different. Right there. Now then, let's come over here. Like I said, no rhyme or reason to any of this. It just kind of is what it is. Okay, I'm back. I did not stay on here with y'all while I marked all these pieces. Simply because I got a phone call and I just kept kind of working while I did it. Okay? But each one of them is marked. Y'all can see. They're just marked kind of willy-nilly. My sleeves are in 4 pieces, and they're not the same. Okay? My front and my back are not the same. There's nothing the same about them. So, we're going to do these one piece at a time, because if we cut them all up, then we've got our puzzle again. Okay? And we don't want that. So, we're going to cut up one of them, quilt it, and sew it back together. Okay? So, get our scissors right here. And we're going to start cutting on our lines. Bring y'all down so you can see. Right here, we're going to start cutting on our lines that we drew, because these will be where our seams go to back together. Okay? This is our back. Here's B1. Here's 4 and 5. Here's 2 and 3. Okay, and like I said, we're not cutting up any more shirt right now. We're just doing the back. Just the back. And we're going to cut our pieces. Right here. Y'all know there's no rhyme or reason. I just start. Right? These are half-yard pieces that I bought just for this project. Okay? Put this one on this side right over here. And you want it to overhang just a little bit all the way around, okay? Because you want to make sure you've got plenty. All the way around. There's one. Now we're going to take it over there and we are going to quilt this, okay? We don't want another piece like this on the back. No, we don't. We'll get a piece of this. Like I said, I'm just picking them up and going with them. No rhyme or reason or anything else. Just going with it. Okay? Okay, now then, these go wrong side to right side, okay? Our right sides are all going one direction, okay? Because we're covering the front of these pieces. Okay, are these two? Y'all, I'm just grabbing them as I go here. Okay, let's see what this one is. This piece right here will go in our scraps. Look, it's got little doggies on it. Isn't that cute? Okay, there's that one. And let's see here. Let's go with this piece right here. And let's go with this one. Thought I had one more piece. Yeah, right there it is. Okie doke. Now then, we're going to quilt these. Okay? And we need to know how we're going to quilt them, don't we? If we want to do them all different. So, we got to make us some marks on them. Yeah, we do. And you're saying, but we don't want to mess with these marks. No, we don't. So, heat erasable. Let's see if this will write on here. It does. So, I want to do a circle just like this. So I think I'll just start right here in the center. I'll just find the center point of this. Right here is our center point. And that way I can just start sewing and sew in a circle. Now we can mark it on the back side right here. Okay, there's our center point, and I'm just going to start sewing, and I'm just going to sew in a circle like this for this one all the way around. Okay, now this one, we could do it just diagonals. Just like this, just 1-inch diagonals. Okay, there's that one. Got that one marked. We got that one marked. This one, oh, I pulled that off. Lay those up there. This one, I think we're just going to start drawing. And make us some loops. Some people can do this without drawing it. Y'all, I'm not that good. I'm gonna get my marker because I think it'll do better. I'll be able to see it, and y'all will be able to see it. Y'all, right now I'm not doing anything except just doodling. Just doodling. Just doodles. Just a bunch of doodles. Not the dogs. Because Lord knows we've got one and that's enough, right? And you want to take this all the way to the edges. Okay, all the way to the edges. Okay. Let's start over here and come back this way. Well then, I believe that looks good. All right, there's that one. Now let's see, what about this one? Should we just doodle on it too? Let's do some hearts. Make sure I've got this at the top. I don't know which is the top of this one, y'all. I hope I'm not putting my hearts upside down. And if I just put them all different directions, I'll have them right. I'll just have them right. There we go. There's that one. All right, we got one more right here. Let's just do just some swirls. Y'all, I've got you down as close as I can get you. Look here. Let's just do some swirls like this. All right, I'm gonna finish doodling and drawing because I can't draw and talk at the same time. And then I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna sew these, straight stitch them right around here. But I am gonna make sure that they all connect, okay? I'll connect them all. Okay, I'll get them all connected. Some of them are bigger than others. And sometimes we're just going to connect them with just a little line right there. Okay. We're just going to get them all connected. All of our lines connect. Okay. And I'll be back when I get these all done and quilted. Okay. Around each one of these. Just going to keep drawing and then I'm going to quilt them, okay? So I'll be back shortly. Alright, I'm back. It's day 2 of this sweatshirt. I got phone calls yesterday. I got things happened and this and that and I didn't get it finished. And y'all, that's the way it happens sometimes, you know. Life gets in the way of what we have planned. God has other plans, so we have to go with his. So I did the back. Here's the back. Actually goes like this. You can see the quilting better on this side. See, they're all kind of quilted a little bit different. And once it's washed, all this quilting will show up better. Once you set the seams and wash it, they'll all show up a little bit better. I did some little hearts up here and some swirlies and just some circles and a big circle, and so that's what we did there. But I learned something. You don't want to cut the whole thing apart at one time. Now let me grab me a drink here. I got a frog in my throat, it sounds like. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. So, the front here, this is the front. Here's the quilting on it. I'm doing it in pieces, like I did. Cut this strip off right here, and I did it. Then I did the middle piece, okay? Now then, we've got this other side piece right here to do. All right? And it's just two pieces. So I'm going to cut them in two right here through the middle where our line is. And we're going to do these two. And then I'm going to sew them back onto here. Same thing with our sleeves. They're in 4 pieces. I'll do one side. I'll cut it down the center piece. And then I'll do one side, cut it in 2 and do those 2. And then cut the other side and do it. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to do these 2 pieces. Let's see if this will fit. It will not. Let's see if this one will fit right here. It will. Oh, it will. It will fit. Let's turn it this way because I need a little bit more right there. That way we're not. That way we can use this piece of fabric right here. Aha. Yes. Alright, now then. I'll put this piece over here. And then we've got these little cherries. We're going to use it. And then I'm going to take this over here and I'm going to quilt it. And y'all, I've just been doing just wild free motion quilting with this. Nothing really particular, just kind of wild as we go, because I found that drawing it on there, I do better if I just start going with it. So that's what I've been doing. I just kind of go with it, y'all. Go with the flow, as they say, right? And sometimes I do little swirls, big swirls, circles, you name it. You just never know what it's going to be. But there again, we're just playing. And this is a great way to practice your free motion quilting skills, okay? And I've been doing that, just practicing them. So, oh no, y'all, did I do it wrong? Maybe I can do it like this. I did. laid that one on wrong. I don't want it to be like this, because then my soft is not toward me. Okay. Alright, I'll fix it. There, we got it. It barely fits. But nonetheless, it fits. So, okie doke, I'm going to take this over here, and like I said, I'm just going to start sewing and doodling with my sewing machine. That's kind of what I'm doing. Just using it as a guide, you know, just like a pen or a pencil, and just doodling. I'll just doodle, okay? So we're going to do some more doodle quilting, and sew this piece on, and then we're going to do our sleeves, okay? Okay, now I'm going to trim off all the way around this piece. I'm going to trim it. All the way around. Because we've got to sew it all back together. Do y'all save your selvage edges of your fabric to do something with? I know people do that. And I'm trying to, but I just can't bear the thoughts of buying a yard of fabric and coming home and cutting selvage off of it. Just to sew it. Okay, there's that piece. Now let's cut this one all the way around. See, there's our selvage. I'm going to cut it off and save it just because. Y'all mind me, no, I'm just cutting the selvage. I'm not cutting a seam allowance on it. It probably won't be wide enough to do anything with. If you do that, let me know how you do that, so I'll know for future. This right here's around the bottom, I do believe. Okay, now then, you see all of our little arrows right there, all of our little arrows right there. We're going to line this up right here, because if you remember that we made all these marks so we'd know how to put this back together. And it still can be a puzzle, you all. Still can be a puzzle. Okay, there we go. I'm going to sew this across here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to, well, first let's just trim this off, because you know we know we need to do it. So we're going to trim this off. Alright, then we're going to come back and we're going to line it up and sew it right up here, okay? So let me sew this, I'll be right back. Okay, that's been sewn together. Now then we're going to line this up. Y'all can see what kind of doodling I did with the machine. I made like little, I don't know, maybe call them four petal flowers. I don't know what y'all want to call that. And this is just a swirl and a zigzaggy swirl kind of thing, just something there, okay? And you see our 3 marks right here. We got our 3 marks here and our 3 marks here. We've got those lined up. So we're going to pin that. And we're going to pin it all the way up through here. to get to the top or clip it. We're not pinning it. I don't like to pin. Since I've discovered these little clips, mercy gracious, they're just so much better and easier. And they don't stick your fingers. You're not bleeding all over everything, right? Okay, I'm going to sew this up and then I'll be back. Okay, here's our front. This is the front of our shirt, right here. Just like this. Okay, now then, fold it up, lay it to the side. We got 2 sleeves to go. And we're going to do these, like I said, we're going to cut down through here. And then I'm going to cut this one apart and then sew them back together. And then I'll cut this side apart and sew these back together. And then I'll join these 2, okay? And that'll get our sleeves. Alright. And of course we're going to do some quilting, you know, on these too. Doodle quilting. That's what I'm going to start calling it. Doodle quilting. We're going to doodle quilt these with 4 different fabrics. Just like we've done all the rest. So I'll be back when I get ready. Well, I'll cut this apart with y'all. This is the way I'm going to do it. Right down the middle. Right here. There we go. I'm going to lay this piece to the side. And I'm going to cut these 2. Okay. Lay that one over. And we're going to do this one. Okay. Now I'll bring y'all back. We'll put this back here with the back. The front and the back are done. We got to do our sleeves and then we'll be ready to put this together. Alright. So let's get us a piece of fabric here. Any kind of fabric will do. Just pick out one of your ones that you've picked out to do. And let's see if this will fit on here. See if it'll fit this way. I believe it'll fit this way. Okay. And I always make this just a little bit bigger so that if it moves slightly, you're fine. Okay? Alright, there's one piece. Let's see if this one will go right there. I don't believe it will. So we'll see if we've got another one here that might do better. I don't have much of that one. I think I'll save it. Alright, there's those 2. I'm going to go doodle quilt these 2 and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Here's this side of our sleeve and I put it back together right there. Here's this side of our sleeve and I put it back together right there. Do y'all see my arrows right here? They have to go the same way. Okay, and as you can see, this kind of makes our sleeve. So we've got to trim this up. You want to be careful. You don't want to cut any off of your sleeve because we're taking it up a seam's width anyway. Okay. And so that's one reason I didn't want to cut this apart, because I knew I was already going to be putting seams in it. Okie doke. Now then, here we go. Y'all know we've got all these 5 lines right here. See all those lines? And these lines right here. So we're going to start by trying to get it even right here at the end, and then we're going to match them all the way down. Okay? Let's see if all of our little things line up, and I believe they're going to right here. It does perfectly, which that's what we wanted to do. Yes. And here's one right here. And down here's another one. We're getting all these lined up. And we're going to sew this back together. Then we're going to trim all of our pieces. Every one of them. We're going to trim them. And then I'll sew this up. I'm going to get all these pieces trimmed. I'll be back and show you how we put it back together. Okie doke. Let me get y'all straightened right up here. Y'all are kind of side-goggling, whopper-jawed. Here's all of our pieces. Here's the front. Here's the sleeve. Here's the sleeve. And here's the back. Now you might say, how do we put it together? Well, I'm going to show you. Basic garment construction. We're going to lay our sleeves to the side. Okay? We're going to put our front and our back pretty sides together. Right here. Pretty side to pretty side. Right here. We're going to line this up on the shoulders. Okay? And we're going to do our shoulder seams. We're going to do both of them. All right? And I'm using a serger. If you do not have a serger. All right, now on this side, I've got a seam right here that took up a little bit of this width. Over here, I also had a seam. So that was okay. On this back right here. See, I've got a seam. So those were taking up the same amount, and this side matches. This side, on the other hand, does not match. So I'm going to match it in the center right here because we need our neck piece to fit. Our neck binding to fit back on there, okay? It needs to fit back perfectly. Our sleeve, we can just wiggle room this, and it's just a hair right there, and we'll wiggle it out, okay, to get it to fit. Okay, you gotta have wiggle room. A little wiggle room goes a long way when you're sewing. Okay, I'm gonna sew these up here and here, and then I'll be back to show you how we're going to do our sleeve. Okay, here's our shirt. We've got these two shoulder seams sewn. Okay, didn't realize that, but that comes across there. That's fine. This, like I said, we just do things willy-nilly and just kind of throw them together. All right, now then, here is our sleeve, the back and the front. So we've got to see, this is the back. So this sleeve goes on this side. The back to the front, right here. We're going to match our center seam, or our shoulder, which I marked this right here. And you're going to bring it around here. And you'll see that this right here scoops in like this right here. You don't want to put it past that. Right here is where you want to put the corner of your sleeve. Right like that. To where this comes down straight like that, and this goes like that. I'll bring y'all down so you can really kind of see how I'm doing this now. All right, the front and the back. Got them marked right here, front and back. On this side, I've got the back and the front marked, so we know we've got that one in the right place. Now let's come over here and do this side. Okay? And this should be the front and the back. The front and the back. Okay? Same way, we're just going to do this around the top. And typically your back will have more room in it than the front of a sleeve. That's the reason you need to make sure you get them marked correctly, because you don't want to have them the other way around, then your shirt's all funky. Alright, I'm going to take these over there and I'm going to sew these two seams, and then I'll be back and I'll show you how we're going to do the rest of it. Okay, now look at what we've got. We've got a big shirt here. Front, back, two sleeves. Look at this. I've got all these coming together. That's okay. That's fine. Alright, now then, we're going to turn this like this. Right like this. And we're going to sew a continuous seam on each side. The side seam all the way up, and then our sleeve all the way down. One seam right straight through there on both sides all the way. Okay? You want to make sure your underarm seams are even and lined up. Just like this. All the way around, just like this. Okay? And they even out right here. See? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clip the other side. And then I'm going to sew these two seams. And then we're almost finished with it. Okay? I'll be back when I get these other two seams sewn. Okay, now we've got our shirt back to kind of looking like a shirt that's wrong side out. Look at all my quilting. Y'all can see all the different ways I quilted it. Alright, now then, I'm going to show y'all something right down here at the bottom. Look here. This side came out even. This one did not. It didn't. And it's about a seam's width, so I probably have an extra seam in here somewhere that I didn't have on the other. You know, see, I do. I don't have a seam here, but I've got one here. So that's my seam width right there. So let me show y'all how we're going to fix that. Easy peasy. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut right here. We're just going to cut at an angle till we get it to all come out even. Right across there. Just like that. Now then, the front and the back don't have to be. What needs to be even is this right here, and you just wanted that evened out. I just cut that little tiny pie piece off. Easy peasy. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alright. Now then, we got to put our band back on the bottom. Right here it is, okay? You know we marked it. This is the back, this is the front. So this is the wrong side. We need to put it right sides together. So it needs to go like this right here, okay? The front and the front right here. We've got them marked right here together, front and front. Put you a clip. Come over here. There's our side right here. Put you a clip. And this should even out, and it fits perfectly right across here. Right here. Here's our other side right here. See, when it gathers up like this, as you're sewing it, you just pull it just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Here's our back. We're going to line these up to where they match. I'm going to have to swap out my little baskets. Okay, I'm going to go sew the bottom band back on, and I'll be back. Okay, here's our bottom. Got it back on there. Easy peasy. Just went right back around there. Just perfect. Okay? And I'll press all that here in just a minute. Now then, we got to do our neck and our cuffs. Okay? And our cuffs go the underarm seam. Got to make sure we got the right one. This seam right here in our cuff goes at the bottom, okay? Goes at our underarm seam. And that would be this one right here. And you just want to line that up right like that. Well, actually, that's got marks on it. This one does not, so we'll get it. It does have a mark. Okay. And right there. Got these two. Alright, let's grab our other sleeve right here. And got that lined up. And that's lined up. There. And where you gonna bet this lines up? It does right here. Okay, got those done. Now then, let's go ahead and put our neck on. Okay, here's our neck. Here's the F for the front. So here we go, right here, the F for the front. And here we've got this mark right here. Gonna line it up. And here's our shoulder seam line. Gonna line it up right there with our shoulder seam. Our back, it has 2 lines right here. And the B. And here's another shoulder seam right here. Here's a line. That goes right there. Okie doke. I'm going to go sew these 3 pieces, and then y'all know what? It's finished. I can take her downstairs and wash her. So I'll be back and show you what she looks like when she's all done. Alright, here she is. I really like this one a lot. It's just all fun, and I really like this one a lot. I do. There's the front. There's the back. And the sleeves. I think she's so cute. I do. I can't wait to wear her. I've got to take her downstairs and put her in the washing machine because I got to get all this blue off. I sprayed it, but it didn't stay gone once I pressed it. So she needs a little bit of Tide, I think. Y'all can't see my face. Now you can. She needs a little bit of Tide to help her along. And then I may just have to wear this tomorrow. You just never know. You never know. But I do love her. I do. So you all remember, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. That'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.